Hello viewers, this is the video lecture for the topic Nested Subprograms from the third unit of Principles of Programming Languages. Nested Subprograms. A subprogram may be defined inside another subprogram. So this structure is called as Nested Subprograms. Some non-C based static scoped languages use stacked dynamic local variables and allow subprograms to be nested. All variables that can be non-locally addressed reside in some activation record instance in the stack. The process of locating a non-local reference. Find the current activation record instance. Determine the correct offset within that activation record instance. Locating a non-local reference. Finding the offset is easy. Finding the correct activation record instance. Some static rules guarantee that all non-local variables that can be referenced have been allocated in some activation record instance that is on the stack when the reference is made. Static scoping. A static chain is the chain of static links that connects certain activation record instances. The static link in an activation record instance for subprogram. A point to one of the activation record instances of a static parent. The static chain from an activation record instance connects it to all of its static ancestors. Static depth is an integer associated with the static scope whose value is the depth of nesting of that scope. A reference to a variable can be represented by a pair, chain offset, local offset. Example in ADA program. There is a procedures main2, big sub, sub1, and each procedures will be ended by the end statement. So this is an example of nested subprograms in ADA. The procedure big sub is defined under main2. So under that sub1 have been defined. Inside the sub2, sub3 have been defined. So the main2 calls big sub calls sub2, sub2 calls sub3, sub3 calls sub1. So in this way, several subprograms can be nested in some of the programming languages. So here this is an example for the activation record. For the previous example, the subprograms are big sub, main2. Main2 is referring big sub is referring sub2, sub3 and sub1 in a sequential manner. The activation record instance must be built. The dynamic link is just the old stack top pointer. The stack link must point to the most recent areas of the static parent. Blocks. Blocks are user-specified local scopes for the variable. So we can see the blocks in the next topic. Thank you.